Hello, everybody. I'm back from our long trip, and I'm trying to get caught up. If you've been watching the news, there's a lot of shorter segments out there, some longer, some shorter, that I'm putting out there trying to get the news caught up to those that don't live here, basically, and they enjoy the show. And I've gotten a lot of emails saying that they missed the news, so I'm trying to get you caught up the best that I can. I'm picking out the best things that I can find on there about the villages, or what affects the villages, or may what even affect your decision whether to live here or look elsewhere. So I haven't done the phone calls. I don't know what else to call them, but yeah, I haven't done that for a while, and I checked the voicemail, and I got quite a few on there. So this might be one program. There might be two programs here. So I haven't really paid attention to the phone calls or what they are, but I did bring a couple of them up here, so I can do this a little bit quicker maybe. So let's get to the phone lines.
Hey, Skip. This is Gerard calling again. If I didn't say it on the first message, I apologize on this. I get it on this message. I apologize for cursing at you last Friday. Probably was wrong. I got into the Budweiser quite a bit. It was Memorial Day weekend. And I just want to let you know that. Sorry I couldn't answer your phone call yesterday on Thursday. But anyway, you are an old fucking goat. With that goatee, yeah, man, you're an old fucking goat. But anyway, saw you with that fancy, on Wednesday, what you call porch setting, which is a patio. But, you pass these fancy foreign beers around to Jose and yourself, and it's like, you got a lot more money than I do. I got to drink Budweiser, but you had that fancy foreign beer with the whatever it was. I don't know. We ain't got that in New York City. I don't think we're allowed to drink it. But listen, love your show tonight. Watch your show all the time, and you're doing a great job. You really are doing a great job. You're doing a great service, man. So, listen, Pops, yeah, probably as old as you are, but anyway, Pops, the old fucking goat. You take care of yourself. You have a great weekend, and maybe I'll call you back next week around the same time. Love you.
Well, thanks for that phone call. If you guys don't remember that phone call, I don't remember exactly what was going on. You have to go back to the last show, I think. Somebody left a message. Guys, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he didn't like what I said or did or something. I forget what it was, and he kind of left me a little nasty message. And this phone call thing is, I don't cut. I'm not going to cut. I'm not going to edit. What you hear is what I hear. Just give you an idea of actually what I deal with sometimes and how I deal with it. And he didn't like something. I forget what it was. I wish I could remember. Anyway, go back and watch the last show and he'll be on there. So as I'm sitting here listening to it, along with you guys, I decided, should I call him back? I'm going to call him back, find out what's going on here. What did I do? So I called. I got no answer. This is the guy. He called apparently back, and I was probably busy packing the camper or something. I don't know. And you got the message like I got. Hey, no problem, dude. Apology accepted. It's just the way things are in the world nowadays. We all have a day that's off. I don't worry about it. It's just fine. And appreciate the phone calls, though. And that beer you're talking about is not some fancy foreign beer whatsoever. I bet that Yingling that we drink out here didn't cost much more than your Budweiser beer is up there. That's a local beer here. It's brewed, actually, the oldest brewery in the United States is actually Yingling, and it's in Pennsylvania, I believe. But they have a big distributorship here, and it's starting to spread. It's recently, well, within the last couple of years, it's been introduced in Indiana and some other states. So it might get to your area. I don't know how it works, taxes and all that kind of stuff. So It's not an expensive beer at all. I think if I go to a country club here, I think now a 16-ounce draw of a Yingling Draft is something like $2.50. I don't know what Budweiser is. I don't know what Miller Lite and all that. I have no idea. But that's what it is. If I buy it by the case, I think it comes out to something like in the neighborhood. I haven't bought one for a long while because I don't drink as much as people like to think I do. But I think, the cases come in different sizes too. They come in, I think, 12, and then 18, and then 24. And then the bigger cases, I think, is a little cheaper per bottle than it is, say, the 12 bottle case. It's a little more expensive. I don't understand all that. But anyway, I think, because when I get it, I just get a 24. What's the difference, And it comes out to something like maybe $1 a bottle, something like that. It's very good beer. It's a lager beer. If you don't like lager, then forget it. You're not going to like it. It's actually an amber in color, and it's a lager beer. How it's made, I don't know. All I know is it suits my fancy, and that's what I drink, because I really prefer beer in a bottle. That's just me. It's just maybe a phobia I've got. I drink canned beer. Yingling comes in a can. Matter of fact, there's some canned Yingling beer in my camper, and it's just because if it falls out of the refrigerator, it doesn't break. And there's a reason why I have it in a can in a camper, but I do drink it. It's fine. I got no problem with it. But at home, I really prefer the bottle. That's just me. But I do thank you for your call. Apology accepted, dude. No big deal. Thank you.
To the villages, and I just got to tell you, we enjoy your newscasts and your other programs that you have on YouTube. And I just want to say you're doing a great job. Keep it up. It's refreshing to get news that's outside of the designated or what the villages want you to know. So all I got to say is keep up the good work, and here's your seal of approval. Oh.
Okay, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I like the seal of approval. That's fun. I do work hard at it. I get ridiculed constantly, really bad. One of these days, I'm going to cut a video. I'm going to save some of these emails and things that I get, and I'm just going to read them to you. I get slammed. I won't say quite a bit, but I think I probably get slammed probably maybe more than the average YouTuber here because I don't play games. I don't have clickbait. I don't try to polish everything up. I just try to tell you the truth. And the news is basically, I'm reading it to you. I've mentioned this 100 times. That news is posted in local internet newspapers and local papers and magazines. That's all the news. That's where I get the pictures from. That's where I get all that stuff. Now, there's a time or two, I will say, that I get information sent to me by different viewers. I won't say who they are. And they send me things, and I know for facts that they're true. I'll just use one as an example that I talked about how something like 9 or 10 cars got broken into over in some new areas of the villages at the time when they were building them. And that was never in the newspaper, never published. And I always thought that was kind of weird. What happened to that? So under the Truth and Information Act, I requested a copy of the arrest reports, of the police reports from Wildwood Police Department, which they sent them to me really quick. And then I read the police report to you. And even when I'd done that, you'd be surprised how many emails I got from people over in the newer areas saying that was all a lie. That never happened. I had the police report. I know it happened. People just don't want to know. I swear to God, they want to put their head in the sand. They want to throw darts, and they say, "You're lying." I've got the police report. There's no way I'm lying, but they don't want to listen. So, hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. Thanks for the call. I appreciate the what's called kudos. I appreciate it.
My name is Todd Steele. I talked to you a while back with your wife. I'm coming down Saturday, June 7th, staying at Wells Point. Can you tell me more about Wells Point and how it is down there? You can call back to put on your show, 979.
Well, we ain't going to put on that phone number. I don't know much about Wells Point and all that stuff down there. It's just another village, this neighborhood. They're all about the same. Yeah, seriously, I mean, I'm not trying to be discriminatory or derogatory or anything like that. You come to District 10 where I live and look around. I'll take you down to District 11. Look around. Looks like the same neighborhood. Take you over to the village of Richmond. Looks like the same neighborhood. Take you over to Chitty Chatty. Looks like the same neighborhood. All the houses look about the same. There ain't much difference in any of it. Sometimes the scenery in an area can be a little different. Some areas may have more trees. When I say trees, we're talking about the Spanish oak trees. Some areas are more open. They don't really have a lot of trees. Some areas may have more swampy areas around it, and other areas may not. So that's really the only difference. As far as houses go and things like that, they do have a design change here and there. And here's what I've seen from that. A lot of the design changes are they take a wall from this end of the house and put it on the other end of the house, but it's the same house. What you really want to get into when you're looking at houses to buy, the size of a house, 2,000 square feet, 1,600 square feet, whatever you're comfortable with. The size of a property. I personally did not want a big property. I've had big properties my whole life. I know what kind of upkeep it takes, and I know how much income I have per month, and you're going to hire most of this done down here. Truthfully, you are. You don't think you are at first. I didn't think so either, but you ended up hiring people to mow your grass and all that stuff. It costs money. The bigger the yard, the more it costs. Landscaping, the bigger the yard, the more it costs. It's just the way it is. It's just the way mathematics is. So I'll just say, though, it's all about how close it is to some of the things you want to do. If you want to go dance and say at a square every night, well, first of all, Well Point, the closest square where you're going to be down there is going to be Eastport. When they get that square opened up down there, the shopping, the restaurants, and all that's going to be in Eastport, and Middleton also, I suppose. But the square will be in Eastport. So if you want to be there, do you want to be close to a square? I mean, if you don't, then, look, get the maps out and look. I mean, just pick, how close do you want to be to the adult swimming pool? How close do you want to be, say, to a country club? How close do you want to be to, say, a bunch of free golf, the executive golf courses? That's where the so-called free golf's at. I mean, these are things you need to know. I mean, I don't know what it is you want to do. And I've always said, narrow it down to one or two things that you really want to do and you want to do. When I moved here, I knew I wanted to get back into golf because I knew this was a golfing community. So when I picked this house, I am between, I think, within a 10 or 15-minute golf cart ride, 13 different executive golf courses. Suited me just fine. I'm around, 1, 2, 3, off the top of my head, I got 3 country clubs within a 10-minute golf cart ride. One's only about 2 minutes away, Evans Prairie, just in my backyard. So this is why I picked here. You need to do the same thing. Find out what it is you want to do. Talk to your wife if you have a wife. Find out exactly what it is she wants to do. If you know, surely there's one or two things you definitely know. I want to start doing this. I want to see about doing that. And when you know that, then get the map out. That'll narrow your search down quite a bit. And let me just say that don't shy away from a pre-owned home because you might get into a deal. Pre-owned homes can have the bonds paid fully. They could. Even in the newer areas, they could be paid. It's just some deals in pre-owned homes. You may want to, just check them out. And may I say, call Ira Miller. He sponsors a lot of my stuff. Ira knows more about the real estate around here than anybody I know. He used to work for the Villages. Now he's got his own real estate company. He'll do you right. He's not going to lead you wrong. I recommend him. Okay, let's move on.
George from Niagara Falls, New York. Love the show. I know one thing. Would you do it all over again, knowing with all the crime and drugs and DUIs in the area? Would you move back again?
Would I move back again was a question. I know that was kind of hard to understand. It's a little bassy there, but Said, knowing what I know now with everything going on down here, all the good and all the bad, would I move back again? Yeah, because the original reason why we moved here, originally, keep in mind the history of me is I was wanting to be a snowbird. I did not want to come here full time. But I left work earlier than what I really had planned. I wanted to stay there till I was 65 because the mathematics seemed to work out really well. And I ended up leaving at 63 and a half, basically because I couldn't stand UPS management anymore. Just couldn't stand it. And that was it. And when I left, it was just a sudden decision. I got into it with let's just say I just left. I'll tell that story on Patreon sometime. So anyway, yeah, I'd move back down here again because originally back during the housing debacle in the Obama years when the 401ks dropped 40% and house prices dropped and all this and that. You all remember when that was, right? I don't remember the exact dates, but you know what I'm talking about. And I was watching my 401k too. And the long short story is Sue and I was sitting at a Starbucks. That was our normal weekend thing to do. And I told her, I said, boy, I don't want to work till I'm 70. So anyway, one day we were sitting there and I'm checking it because I didn't check it all the time. I kind of shied away from watching the stock market and stuff. And I seen where my 401k came back. And we're talking months later. How many months? I don't remember. It came back. And when it came back, I was 10% above to where I was before it started to go down. Now, at that point, I had stopped contributing because I didn't want to lose any more. I know, you don't lose anything until you sell, right? But when I seen that, I told Sue, sitting there at the table, I said, I'm going to take this money out, and most of it anyway, and I'm going to invest it in something else where I'm not going to lose money. She said, where are you going to put that money where you're not going to lose? During this time, I was watching the home sales down here in Florida at the villages. I mean, I was watching the sales. I was watching how many they were selling per month like they was before all this happened. All that. I was comparing all that. And this place didn't lose a lick. Now, I know the baby boomers was, retiring at a huge rate, but still, I felt like my money would have been safe at a place down here. So I bought a small patio villa, rented it out in the wintertime, and then the rest of the story you already know. I ended up coming down here full time because, once again, mathematics. Paying for a gas bill up north, somebody to shovel the driveway off, somebody to check on the house, all that kind of stuff. You got to heat the house up there, everything. I decided, well, we'll just move down here full time and we'll just do snowbird in reverse. We'll go up in the summer months and visit the kids and everything, and then in the winter we'll come back down here. Well, we're down here all the time, because my wife has to have treatments every 6 weeks, so every 6 weeks I got to be here anyway. So anyway, that's my story. And yeah, I would do it again because I haven't regretted it. The money we invested in the first house has more than tripled, maybe even 4 times more than it was when I first bought that first house. So what can I tell you? Yeah, I would, if for no other reason than the investment capital gains on it. So yeah, I would. Thanks for the call. By the way, I see you're from New York. Niagara Falls, beautiful area. Been there, loved it.
Oh, Skip Smith. This is Gerard Cohen, inside of Long Island, New York. Please don't goof on that, New York. I had a question. I really do. I watched your video about having your roof fixed, which is very nice, and I appreciate that. But you had three shingled asphalt tiles put up, or three tab shingles, and maybe put up architectural shingles. I don't know. My question is, why didn't you put up a metal roof? There are different variations. Could be aluminum. Other ones I've seen that are zinc, and other ones are much more expensive, copper. But why didn't you put a metal roof on your house? I know that Florida is the lightning capital of the United States. Listen, dude. Lightning comes from thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are something called cumulus nimbus, and so cumulus nimbus it grows and grows and grows. It's called cumulus nimbus. Cumulus nimbus bombus, we used to call it. I am a retired air traffic controller, and those storms can get up to 70,000 feet, and you get hail. Why not protect your roof with a metal roof and lower your insurance cost? And that's my question for you. And I'd like to see you answer that on your TV show or your YouTube show. Please, thank you. I like your show very much. It's excellent, excellent, excellent. It's very professional. So please answer my question. Listen, God bless you. And I know you're going up to North Dakota, so turtle it up there with your Class A. Turtle it.
Okay, I'll try to answer that really quick. It's really a simple question to answer that you asked there. Why didn't I put it on a metal roof? If I'd had a choice, I think I would have considered that. Let me give you a little bit of an explanation as to why. One, my roof was a factory defect. The shingles were. And they were willing to give me all new shingles for my house, but I had to pay for the labor of putting them on. And then I decided, well, if we're going to do that, let's just strip the whole thing off and put everything new underneath of it, the underlayment, so on and so on and so on. So all that was kind of my decision. The shingles in my district, remember, in Florida, in the Villages, Florida, you are required to follow your district rules. I know what my district rules are, but I think a lot of new people move here, they don't pay attention to it, and that's where they get in trouble. My district rule says I have to have architectural shingles on this house. And it says that I only have a certain amount of colors that I can choose from. Architectural Review will give you a plat of these colors of shingles that you can have on your house, whatever district you're in, or at least in my district. And I live in District 10. And we chose a different color for this house, but it was all pre-approved. And we followed the rules, and I had it put on. And that's why it was done that way. Now, metal roofs. That's a big topic going on right now. And here's what's going to happen when it comes to metal roofs. Every district, I'm going to say every district is going to have to adopt rules about metal roofs. Because as of right now, I don't think we have rules in all the districts about metal roofs. There might be a handful out there that has some rules about it, but most of them I don't think has any kind of rules about metal roofs. So you have to have rules or you cannot do it without ARC's approval. And in some districts I've heard that if you apply for them, they are approving them. I'm not sure how they're getting that done because there's a lot of factors involved when it comes to the metal roofs. One is what style. You just can't go to Home Depot, not here anyway, and buy, say, barn siding at a cheap rate and put it on your roof of your house. I mean, they're not going to allow that. They're going to want to keep the property values up, and they're going to demand a certain amount of integrity. And I'm not even sure that they'll even let just every contractor come in here and even put them on. They're going to have to be approved contractors to do this. What style? I don't know. I do know a style I was looking at, if they ever approved it, and they never have so far, where it looks like a real shingle, but it's not. It's a metal roof. And there's a backing on this metal. I don't know what you would call it. And when I asked about it, he said that's so when it rains, the sound of the rain hitting the metal doesn't protrude into the home, making it unbearable to listen to. And I just liked it. Was it pricey? Yeah, it's pricey. I mean, it's nothing like a 3-tab shingle or anything like that. These are pricey. But I'm thinking to myself, it's a one and done. I'm big on one and done. And I thought I'd put them on there. I'm done for the rest of my life. And when I sell this house, it may even last the whole rest of them people's lives. And so that's what I was really looking forward to doing. But in my circumstances, it couldn't be done. Not at the price I got this put on anyway. And the second thing to consider, insurance cost. You say insurance is cheaper. How do you know that in the state of Florida? Our insurance companies down here, I got to tell you, I've had insurance in several states in my lifetime, and the insurance companies down here seem to have a hold on people. I don't know if it's by choice. I don't know if there's a law against it. There probably isn't, or they wouldn't be doing it. But they seem to be in charge when it comes to what you can do in your house and what you can't do in your house. And every now and then they'll send you a letter telling you to give us a call, make an appointment, because we're sending an inspector out to look at your house as an annual inspection. They just want to look at it to see if you've done anything. Have you added on a room that you didn't tell them? Have you, whatever. They want to look at the house. So, and I think they've been out of ours and did an inspection and the roof and all that. So we're good to go. But yeah, they're in charge. I mean, you can buy a house down here, and I know this happened to at least one person that I know of, buying a house. It was inspected. Everything passed. No big deal. She gets the house bought. I don't know if they financed the house or paid cash for it. None of my business, but it doesn't make any difference, really. And next thing you know, she goes to get insurance. The insurance company calls them up and says, hey, we checked and found out that your water heater is over 10 years old, so you're going to have to change out your water heater to a new one, or we're going to cancel your policy. That's what they're doing. So you can blame anybody you want in the state of Florida, but that's what the insurance companies are doing. Now, are all the insurance companies doing that? I don't know. I'm not in the insurance game, but I know there's a handful that are. So that's what I'm just saying. Just double check before you spend $30,000 to put a metal roof on your house. And I've heard these prices. Call your insurance company. Say, hey, if I have this metal roof put on first thing you got to do is call ARC, make the appointment, show them you're going to have to show them the metal roof of what it is you want to put on that house. They got to see the sample. And they'll either say yay or nay. But let's say they say yay. For argument's sake, let's say they say, okay, we approve this. Now your next call should be your insurance company. I got this approval. Here's the material I'm wanting to use. Take a picture of it. Email it to them so they can see it. If I put this on my house, will you still insure my house? Does this do anything to the rates on my house? They should be able to give you some kind of an answer within a few days. So these are the things you're going to have to do. I can't do it for you. You're going to have to do it on your own. So just be careful. Be careful. Just don't say put it on there because I got approval. Put it on there. And then later you find out, well, your insurance rate now may have doubled. I can't say it gets any cheaper. I'm not sure why it would get any cheaper. Hurricanes tear them all off the house anyway. It doesn't make any difference what you put on the house. The hurricane will tear it off, especially if the winds are high enough. It may even take your whole roof off. So, yeah, you can't play games with that. That's like saying I put a tin roof on my house because now my house is protected against a tornado. No. I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So anyway, I did what my deed restriction said to do here, along with the factory giving me all my shingles and everything because of a factory defect. So that's why I did what I did. Just be careful with the metal roof. But I will tell you, it's a hot topic right now that they are looking into it. The different districts, supervisors, managers and stuff are looking into it. They're having meetings about it, and they're going to have to come to some conclusion, I think, before it's over with. If we do a metal roof, what metal roof do we allow? What materials do we allow? What does it have to look like? They're going to get it narrowed down to, say, 3 or 4, 5 things that you're going to have to choose from, and you're not going to be able to go out and choose whatever you want. And what company is going to provide all this? I don't know. So I'm keeping a close eye on it. And we'll just see what happens. Thanks for the phone call. I appreciate it. Well, hey, I'm going to get out here. I'm going to clean this up and edit it. I don't know when I'll put it out. I appreciate the phone calls. And for the rest of you, if you're interested in asking a question, making a comment, as you just heard, call this number right up here. and leave a message. I leave the phone on all the time, but you'll have to just let it ring until it goes to voicemail, and then leave whatever comments you want to make, whatever message you want. I get enough of them, then I'll make another one of these. So thanks for showing. Thanks for calling. Thanks for being here. Thanks for subscribing. Tell your friends about my channel. I need more subscribers, and we'll get there sooner or later. So I got to get back to editing some more news for you to try to get caught up. So with that being said, I'm just simply going to say, see you on the other side. See you on the next one.
By the way, Skip, you suck.
Skip, you suck!
Hey, Skip, Jose's delivering a coffee, and by the way, you suck!
Hey, Skip, we got our coffee. What? You suck!
Hey, Skip, you suck.
Skip, you suck.
Do it again.
Skip, you suck.
Point your finger and do it. Do it like you did. Do it like that. Do it like you mean it. Action.
Skip, you suck.
All right.
Skip, you suck.
1, 2, 3. Hey, Skip, you suck.